Okay, just wanted to give an update on what's been going on and talk a little bit about maybe a subject that isn't talked about often enough or isn't as common, maybe. Our youngest son, Zach, got sick 3 nights ago, and he was thrown up in the middle of the night, and we weren't too concerned because kids get sick. It's just part of life. It just happens, and sometimes you can't control it, no matter how much you clean or try to protect them from sickness. Sometimes it just happens. So we stayed with him all through the night. I went back there and stayed with him in his room and kept an eye on him. He wasn't getting any better by morning time, and he pretty much had just stayed the same, and so we just kept an eye on him, and we did what we usually do. We prayed over him, and we used a diffuser, we used essential oils. But sometimes the problem with using essential oils is if you don't know exactly what's causing the sickness or the illness, it can be a little difficult to pinpoint exactly which oils to use. So that was a little difficult for us because we didn't exactly know what the heck was causing this. The rest of us were all fine, and we have no issues. We couldn't figure out what was happening. He just continued to just stay sick, and in the afternoon he actually just got worse. He had only had 1 or 2 wet diapers during the time when he had been throwing up. So from in the middle of the night until the afternoon, he had only had like 2 wet diapers, and usually this kid can like go through diapers like no one's business. And they weren't even heavy wet diapers. They were just like 1P. So he couldn't keep anything down. And my husband had just ended up staying home and helping us out around here and just keeping an eye on him. And it ended up just getting so bad that we took him to the hospital. Now we live in Waller, Texas. Well, we don't live in Waller, Texas. We're staying at Waller, Jellystone, and we had to hop on Google really fast to see where the closest hospital was, and the closest hospital apparently was Houston. And I'm really surprised about that because we hit Cypress before we go to Houston, and apparently there's not one in Cypress, or Google just wasn't showing it. So it's a 45-minute drive for us, but I can tell you it took less than 45 minutes for us to get there. You know, he was sleeping most of the day, which is totally not normal for him. He continuously threw up. He was pale, really lethargic, and so of course we got really worried. And no matter how natural we are or how much we try to do things at home, sometimes it's not enough. And we are definitely ones who are not afraid to go to the doctor or the hospital in any situation. If what we're doing at home isn't working and it's been just a little bit of time, that's fine. We're going straight to the doctor. So that's what we did. I was really annoyed at the drive and that there wasn't a closer place to take him. And I was annoyed when I got there because he was still just really sick. He slept the whole way there, like he had been sleeping most of the day. And then when we got there, I don't know why, but when we go to any ER, it seems like they don't get you in quickly enough. And it's supposed to be an emergency care, yet it takes forever for you to even see a doctor. It took him about an hour to see a doctor, even though everyone saw that he was throwing up all over the place. He was really limp and not moving that much. And so I am a doula, in case you didn't know. I don't think I've ever said that before, but I'm a doula, so plus I'm a mom, so I'm really forward when I talk to any kind of medical staff, especially when it concerns my child. And I'm usually like, what's going on, what's happening, why aren't they seeing a doctor, and what kind of tests can you do? I mean, clearly you're here, you're being paid, and I am paying you for a service, and I would like you to help my child. They just took forever, but when the doctor did see him, she was really not approving of my whole natural lifestyle, which I don't think had anything to do with him being sick in the first place. She was just not a nice lady. But she was even more not cordial when she found out that he's a no-vax kid. So went through that whole spiel, and finally they got him some tests and tried to put an IV in him, and that was a bit of an issue because his veins kept collapsing because he was so dehydrated, and I was just fighting tears because I didn't want him to see me upset, because I know when he sees me upset, he kind of is really protective. He doesn't like to see mom and dad upset, or even us play fighting. He gets really upset. So I was just trying to be strong for him and not cry, because when I see them trying to put a needle in him and his veins blowing, it's painful for me. They finally got a drip in him and just did all these tests. Apparently they ended up not finding anything from the about 5 hours that we were in the ER. He slowly actually got better, and his temperature went way down. When I left the RV to take him, his temp was 99. When we got into the ER, his temp was 102, and we had him stripped down to his diaper and just having him cool down a bit. He fell asleep in my arms after he had the drip in, and I just hopped on social media and was like, please pray for Zach, because this is already an uncomfortable situation, being basically in a place where we don't know anyone, or we haven't had time to make friends. So my husband stayed here in the RV with courage, and I took Zach by myself to the hospital, and thankfully it worked out, and he did end up getting better. The test showed nothing. They literally showed that everything was fine. So he had a mysterious illness that doctors couldn't figure out, which is crazy to me because they have all this high-tech stuff, yet they couldn't figure out anything. Anyways, long story short, he came home, we went to bed. It's 2 days later since I've taken him to the hospital. He's still not exactly himself. His appetite is so-so. He had a yogurt this morning and like a couple bites of a banana, which is good, but usually the kid can pack away like 5 or 6 eggs in one sitting, and some avocado and some toast and a piece of bacon. That's what a huge eater he is. So his appetite isn't completely back to normal, but he's staying hydrated. His temperature is a bit higher than normal, but it's not like a low-grade fever. It's just like in the 99s right now. He's just still kind of loungy. He's not high energy like he usually is, so we're just keeping an eye on him right now. But for those of you people who are thinking of becoming a full-time RV family, I'm going to tell you right now, make sure you have health insurance. Thankfully we do have health insurance, but if you don't have health insurance and you're coming into a situation like this, which happens, this is just life, this is real life, no matter where you are, stuff like this is just gonna happen. So make sure that you're prepared for that. I know that there are other families who full-time RV and they do not have health insurance. What they do have is a savings account strictly for situations like this where they pay cash, which, you know, whatever you do is your decision, but you're going to want to make sure to be prepared for stuff like this. Don't ever put your child's life at risk just because you want to stay home and do a natural remedy, or you want to save money and try to deal with this yourself, or let their body fight this naturally. In this situation, we wouldn't ever think about just not letting him see a doctor. Even if we didn't have health insurance, we would have gone in 2 seconds and just figured out a way to got the money. Yes, baby? Okay. So it's just really important that you have some kind of plan for whenever a child gets sick. Even if you as a parent get sick, you want to make sure that you have something in place. If you're like us, when you're on the road, we have a really beefed up first aid kit, and we have a lot of knowledge on natural remedies, and we use them all the time. And we have a lot of things around here that are definitely less commercial and more natural, like our essential oils that we use constantly. That's all good, and that's I totally 100% recommend going that route and doing that, but you're gonna want to be prepared for times like this. So also, if you're going to be a full-time RV family, then you're going to know that situations like this, like we're here and our friends and family aren't around, that you're going to have to make a plan of what's going on. Thankfully, you know, my husband's work camping. He is getting paid, but it's work camping, and the people here are totally, completely understanding, which is really helpful. But so he can take off whatever. He actually took off the last 2 days, and he stayed home with us and just helped us out. But you're gonna just want to make sure that you know people. In our previous situation, when he was working for Amazon, we had made friends, because there were a lot of people around. A lot of them were older and very sweet and loved our kids to death. I knew that if it came to a serious emergency, I could probably call on one of those people to help us out if my husband could not get home in time, or something happened. So make some friends at your RV park. If you're not going to be local to where your friends and family are. We are at the RV park, sweetheart. Yeah. Make some friends. And make friends, and make sure that you get to know, if you're work camping, get to know your employer well enough that they're going to be understanding if something like this happens. So it's just really important. I am not really a social butterfly when it comes to being in situations like this. Situations. Like this, but I kind of force myself to talk to people out there, just because this is what it's about. Just meeting other people who are like you, who have the same goals, who like this life. And so I kind of just force myself to make friends. And plus I have kids. I'm not one to keep my kids locked away from the world. I like them to socialize and make other friends, and just get out there and see the world. So make sure that you're having some kind of backup. We don't have any friends in this RV park yet, and thankfully my husband was able to stay here with him. But if my My youngest would have gotten admitted to the hospital for something serious. I'm not 100% sure what would have happened in regards to him coming to like see Zach or something like that. We actually do have one friend who lives in the Houston area. She's about an hour away from us. I know that if it came to a serious emergency, she would have came here and picked up my husband and then drove him to the hospital. So we do know one person, and she was praying for us a lot, and she even offered to come to the ER and see if we were okay and stuff. So in various places, we have friends in Arizona and California, all over in California and Illinois, and now in Kansas. So make friends, people. And get some kind of health plan going, and make sure that you can take care of the situations when they come along. Yeah. You want to say hi? You keep yabbering over here, and people are like, "What?" You want to tell them what's going on with Zach?
I'm just sleeping.
Oh yeah, Zach is taking a nap right now, so he's asleep. How's Zach been feeling? Oh, he has the hiccups, which he calls hiccups is throwing up. So, anything else?
Playground.
Oh, you want to go to the playground? You're not pronunciating. No one can understand you.
Bounce house.
Oh, he wants to go to the bounce house.
It gets money.
But it takes money. Smart kid. He understands that we're on a budget. So when he asks to do stuff, we explain to him that we are only going to do select things that are educational, because things in the world cost money, and we want to save that money so that we can have land and buy a tiny home, so that we can help him and his brother in the future have a better life. Right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for a bounce house.
But he still wants a bounce house.
This is better to get money.
So that's what's been going on. We're still keeping an eye on Zach. He's not exactly 100% yet, but we're hoping that he'll be there soon. So thank you guys for watching and tolerating my little one being in the video. So alright, we will see you guys later, and thank you.
Guys later.
And say thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
You're so cute.